That's all you have left is math?
For math, yeah.
And what else do you have? So we have a boy and a girl, twins, and the boy's name is Tomer, and the girl is Eleanor.
Monomials.
Is it like not the 10? Like,
I think quite early in the relationship it came up that, we want to have kids. And we didn't know how we were going to have them, but we both knew that we wanted them. So it was just a given that that was going to be part of our life journey of somehow children would be involved. I curl, I'm a curler. And we were at the United States Curling Championships in Duluth, Minnesota. And my teammates were there, and one of my teammates had a young child, an infant. And so I was holding the kid at one time, and it was very natural for me. And one of my teammates says, "Oh, wow, you would really make a great father." And we said, we would like kids, and but we don't have, any eggs. And my sister was at the tournament, and she says, "Well, maybe you could have mine."
we didn't want to jump and say, yes, we actually thought about that. Because, we were very concerned about asking such a big thing, from anyone, obviously. But we were like really playing with it, toying with the idea. We were hoping
Biologically,
biologically.
But one thing with my sister, she said she always maintained that I am giving you the eggs. They are, once you get them, they're yours. It's like my gift to you, and it's like no strings attached type of thing.
And we're just assuming that all of this is possible.
We hadn't researched it.
We hadn't researched it. We have gone to that group at the center.
Yeah, but we hadn't researched
But we haven't
IVF
researched
or anything, or
what
surrogacy
exactly.
agencies,
We just
nothing.
assumed. I mean, if why
possible.
not? We knew that there were test tube babies, so why can't we do that? We were offered that surrogate by the agency. It was a good match.
It was.
It was a good match, and it worked very well. And it is still typical that most people do not choose from a roster of candidates. It's not. I mean, they do for egg donation, but not for surrogate. For surrogate, it's more like almost like a matching, like agency. You basically, you need to look at the good, if you do it well, to look at the characteristics of the intended parents and the family that's going to help them, because the surrogate's husband was very much part of the process, very much so. He was very supportive, very involved. The hospital didn't know how to deal with us at all. We would go to meetings at the hospital, and they would not consider both of us as patients. Because if you're not providing genetic material, we would sit in orientation, and a surrogate would get all the materials and the folder, and we would get nothing.
But yet we also helped educate people along the way that this is the situation, and we would like 2 rooms, one for the surrogate and her husband, and one for us, and the babies will come to us. So the way the kids found out about this whole thing was, we just take whatever they ask, we're going to tell them in age-appropriate ways. We're not going to force anything on them, but we're not going to hold anything back as well. So at some point when they figured out that baby, like I guess they saw pregnant women, then they asked, whose tummy did they come out of? Like Ron's or mine?
And we told them, they thought they came out of my tummy. I was the stay-home parent.
But we did say you didn't come out of either of our tummies, because babies don't come out of men's tummies, they come out of women's tummies. So we had you came out of somebody else's tummy for us. That was basically it. So they go, okay, and they go on their merry way. That was enough for them. People
always ask, what's going to happen when they ask, where's their mother? Or what's going to happen when they ask, how come I don't have a mother? Our kids never ask that. Yeah. You see, these are questions that are coming from people who have these preconceived notions and schemas in their minds. Our kids never had that question. I mean, they never asked, how come we don't have a boat? It's like they don't have a boat. I mean, we don't live on the ocean. I mean, it's like
some people have a boat, some people don't. We met with the school prior to the start of every school year. We would meet with the teachers, let them know what our family situation is. Mother's Day was a big thing. If you're Mother's Day, that this is what they don't have a mother, so don't make them feel bad. What else can you do? And we actually then ended up changing the school policy that they don't celebrate Mother's Day anymore. They celebrate Family Day. So, I think that you have to be proactive in sort of trying to prevent some of the issues that are going to make them uncomfortable. Chalmer, why don't you set the table? Eleanor, can you do the drinks, please?
Well, we are pioneers.
I don't feel like a pioneer.
As I said, it doesn't feel like, when you say the word pioneer, it feels like it must be hard work. And it wasn't, because it didn't, our lives, we didn't feel that we sacrificed anything.
Maybe a better word is trailblazer. For what?
For her to come here.
Okay. So why don't we do it not on our show? We eat dinner together every night, which is nice.
No, not everybody's able to do that. We're fortunate. I'm not, God forbid, judging anybody else. But
it's important for us.
Perhaps that goes back. We don't even think about it, but now when I'm articulating it, perhaps being these trailblazers was easier by still, compensating for some of the possible other problems by being such a close-knit family and spending so much time with the kids, and the kids love spending time with us.
So I'm guessing we're soccer that day.
For the first 2 weeks.
Something I would tell other people is to have the kids feel that this whole unique situation and stuff is something that belongs to them too. I guess what I'm saying is that we never hush-hushed about it. We never you saw, we talk about it completely openly in front of them, but we did that all along. It was never, in fact, I think it is a futile effort not to. You'll be passing the border and the custom person is going to say whatever the border patrol is going to say. So where's the mother? Who's the mother? And you can't just say, oh, don't talk about it, in front of the kids. The kids are there. They're going to hear that, and they're going to want to hear you say clearly and proudly and without issues explain the situation.
They have two fathers.
They have two fathers. We're the two fathers. Here are the documents.
Is that
Ari and Pearl are on the same day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're gonna have the boys go to Ari's service.
No.
Yes, girls go to Pearl's service.
Some question people ask us, not gay people, but are kids going to be gay or not? They're not. They have the same chances of being gay as everybody else, but they are part of an LGBT family. Even they're not gay, but they will always, that is part of their identity.
Eleanor, did you get your science thing back?
What
I
science?
think they're just more tolerant and open to possibilities. And also aware of, underdog is the wrong word, but aware of people who are not in the majority, aware of minorities, and to be sensitive and not protective, but just sensitive.
To be the hero, not the bully.
Sometimes the advocate, or just to be thoughtful about that.
It's not a very common.
You don't notice it, you don't work so hard at it, but you change so many people. When you think about it, we're one family here, and we're not, as I said, we're not writing essays and inviting everybody here for talks and just by virtue of living our lives casually and carefree, we are changing a lot of people, fundamentally.
Ideas of what a gay family is.
So there are probably several dozen children who grew up with this reality around here. One of them we actually overheard saying, how come she only has one dad?
Outside of Friday. We had the meatballs last Friday when Lisa and Donald were here.
We have meat every Friday.
I think gay families are much more of a catalyst as far as changing, an effective catalyst in changing society.
Can I have the...
Was it their first marathon?